Tom Myers versus the rest of the world put out a new episode for the new year. And let's get right started with a New Year's joke. Are you familiar with Tom Myers, Dave?
I'm a big fan of Tom Myers. We talked a lot about him on that Blind Mike project, and it's a little more political than what I might be used to, but I'm becoming a fan.
All right. I know. I remember you talking about you weren't ready for his politics, but this one is just a good old-fashioned, no politics here, just a good old-fashioned fireworks joke I think we're all going to enjoy.
Hello, and welcome to Tom Myers versus the rest of the world. It's a new year, and everyone's celebrated a little differently. In my hometown of Baltimore, the new year was celebrated with thousands of pounds of fireworks and explosives to say goodbye to 2023. And not wanting to be outdone by the residents, the city also decided to celebrate the arrival. Speaking of Baltimore.
Okay, so terrible joke. This is what he opens with. What I want everyone to key in on, and we've talked about this before, his guest hosts or guests on the show are forced to listen to him or watch him do this monologue. And the laughter is so unnatural. Yeah. This is not how laughter works. You don't giggle at something after 5 beats.
I like to call Tom Myers guests, they give voluntary laughter.
Yes. They're very generous volunteers.
And they politely wait for each other to finish with their laughter.
Now, this next joke, here's what I wrote down in my notes. Tom does not understand how to write a fucking joke.
Former Mayor Sheila Dixon, in an effort to kickstart her campaign to take back her old office, was at a campaign event, and hecklers started throwing clothes at her. It just shows how weak she's gotten politically. It used to be that she was weak because she was caught stealing gift cards meant for a charity, and she kept her $83,000 a year pension. Now she looks weak because she gets easily distracted by Lululemon products.
Why? Why would you include so much information in that joke? He almost wants to appear smart, or he wants to educate you or something. Yeah. But that joke, the punchline was terrible. And for it to take 31 seconds to get to it.
He might have called it Lulu Tomato. And then at least you have some sort of, you go back and
Holy
you got
shit,
some sort of connection.
David, that's a better joke. Yes. See, it's not hard to punch these up, Tom.
No,
just go back to the notebook. Maybe your first thought isn't the best one. They always say that in comedy. Whatever you think the punchline is, think some more. There's probably something better. All right. This one doesn't even make fucking sense. Now we're getting real political.
On their Twitter X profile, C-SPAN commemorated the end of the first session of the 118th Congress by posting a typo, and that it was the end of the fist session of the 118th Congress. Man, Laurenber's really been busy this year.
So he turns it into a Laurenbber joke for some reason because they left out the R in first. Is Laurenbber, is there a fisting video I haven't seen out there or something?
I got it right here.
Yeah, okay, good. I'm interested to see what's going on here.
Oh, do you not know the story? She was sexually active at a Beatles juice.
Yeah, no, I've seen that video. I'm definitely aware of that. I don't know if fisting was involved. I mean, maybe you could say that she was giving the guy a hand job. I've heard that joke done a few times. In fact, I've heard that joke done a few times on this very program.
Laurenbber announced she's running for re-election to Congress, but in a different district. She will no longer be representing Colorado's 3rd congressional district. So she's ditching her constituents like they were her date at a musical.
Because she broke up with the guy afterwards. Think about that, David. Pretty good, huh?
Well, maybe that's where that fist came in afterwards.
Biting commentary. Well, then after he does his monologue, Jeff Heisen, who's always on these shows, we're a big fans of Jeff over here, he's got a joke ready to go about Laurenbber.
Hey, Tom.
Hey. Everybody. Hey. Happy New Year. Hope you guys enjoyed your holidays. How's everyone doing this week?
Well, Tom, you mentioned Laurenbber being concerned about her chances of re-election in her current district, so she's moving to another district. So in other words, she wants the people of another district to hand her the job.
Oh.
I thought she's moving from third to fourth base. Isn't that what she's doing?
I don't believe that's a base.
There is no fourth base. Like, these guys don't know baseball or sex.
Right, yeah.
Fucking idiots.
She's seeking a happy ending in another district.
I'm not sure like she'll get it handily.
I feel like she learned the wrong things from the priest scandal in Boston.
Right.
Those tags just get worse and worse. And
now
worse.
it's your turn to suck.
Yeah, like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Keep tagging.
Pretty good stuff, though, right, David? I mean, obviously, you knew the backstory on that, so you would just
It
saying
becomes
all those
exhausting.
jokes.
I like a good tag. You hit it once, and then you move on to the next subject.
Sure.
You know, it almost seems like story topping at a certain point. It's taking the humor away.
Yeah, it's almost like they're not very funny people trying to be funny.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
maybe they just couldn't come up with their own joke. They're better at tagging the reactionary comedians.
Sure. All right. Well, let's talk about a guy who does know how to write jokes. That's Tom Myers.
Various
Love 'em.
politicians and public figures have been swatted. That's when someone trolls them by calling the police on them, by reporting a very violent event that is not actually happening. They did this to Special Counsel Jack Smith. They did this to Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, and they also did it to Judge Tanya Chutkan, the D.C. judge in Trump's case. I mean, it's easy to say that you shouldn't do that to anyone, but I found great satisfaction when I did that to the guy who stole my cocaine.
Oh.
A couple comments on this one. First off, I love that Jeff Heisen has just turned into just going, oh. He doesn't even pretend to laugh anymore. He just goes, oh.
Finally, good, Jeff.
Doing. But I don't think that Tom even gets that joke.
Yeah.
I
So
misheard it at first.
He's
It makes sense
swatting.
if it sells you cocaine. Might make sense.
Yeah, okay, well, let's play this again. Because I think that whenever Tom talks about drugs, there's more examples in here. Drugs or sex, he has no idea what he's talking about. This is like a sixth grader writing jokes about drugs and sex.
In Trump's case. I mean, it's easy to say that you shouldn't do that to anyone, but I found great satisfaction when I did that to the guy who stole my cocaine.
Oh.
So a guy stole his cocaine, so he...
No, someone stole his cocaine.
Cocaine? They stole my cocaine. And so because of that, he had the person swatted. And the buildup to that, too. Explaining all the people who were swatted and what that means and how it works. And holy shit.
Well,
Yeah, it's
something
like
about getting high, being a fly. I'm really trying to put it together here. Maybe if you pick angel dust, stole my angel dust. They have wings.
Oh, holy shit. Okay, you're thinking about this even further than I was. I just think...
Well, if it needs to be a joke, if we're sticking with this joke, Tom, I'll do my best.
Right. If we're actually trying to craft this to be funny, then I guess we got to change a bunch of the things that he
I
said.
like David's style.
Yeah,
I checked out a while ago.
Figuring this out. Now this one, so we just heard that Tom's never seen cocaine in his life. Now we're going to hear about sex, something he's never seen in his life as well.
There's a new variant of COVID-19 spreading. As a result, hospitals and doctors' offices are requiring that patients and visitors wear face masks. I've never stopped wearing my mask, as it helps obscure my identity when I do a smash and grab while grocery shopping.
Okay, he's going to tag it.
And at the various nude orgies I attend.
Oh.
The nude.
Yeah, I've been to some orgies, but I've never been to one of those.
Well, everyone's taking their clothes off? What kind of orgy is this?
Gross.
Sir, I can see your penis. What are you doing? This is embarrassing for you, sir.
Your pants are down.
What an idiot.
Oh, God.
He does make it a little more wordy than it needs to be. And
You notice that?
That's our
to
Tom.
think my suggestion would have been to just add something before that, so at least it's a rule of threes. But
Yes.
he's a rule of twos guy, which it's very confusing when I listen to it.
He came up with two punchlines. He's like, I'm good. We got this. That's enough. All right. Now we're going to talk about sitting Indian style I don't know if that's considered offensive these days. David, you're probably a younger guy.
Applesauce, I would say.
Okay. I had a feeling you would say that. I figured you're a younger guy than I am. Well, Tom, as only Tom can do, thought about how we used to call sitting down in that style Indian style.
Yeah.
And so Tom's like, how do I turn that into a joke?
It's fitting that my generation is the last one to be told that sitting cross-legged was called Indian style. And that, fittingly enough, we're only a few health measures away from being wiped out by an epidemic.
Okay. First off, we're only a few health measures away from being wiped out. He's trying to connect Indian style with smallpox blankets, I guess, or what do we? I don't think you can help this one, David.
I'm lost.
I'll be honest.
You need the word blanket in there somewhere, I'll tell you.
Yeah. I see what you did there. All right. Very good.
Thank you.
Here's another one for us. Oh, this is self-deprecating, Tom. You don't get this very often.
Right.
Fox host Neil Cavuto read some of his hate mail on his show. How lame is that? Just screenshot it and post it on the socials like I do.
Like I do. Just post it on the socials like I do.
Well, that's one thing you could say about him. He does deliver it. Does he really, though? I've tried to look. He's not very provocative as far as I've looked at his Twitter.
I don't know. He's not on Twitter anymore, and he blocks me everywhere. So whenever he posts something, someone has to screen capture it and put it in my Reddit in order to see what he's up to. And I do appreciate when people do that. All right,
actually, that joke has legs in the way I think he should. That would be a great way if he would just start screen capping anybody who DM'd him and posting it on his thing. I think that would be a great evolution of his comedy.
Yeah, in fact, if he just got on, remember they used to do on Jimmy Kimmel, they had a bit where celebrities would read their hate tweets.
Oh, mean tweets.
Yeah, mean tweets. That was a great bit.
It was fucking awesome.
Because you have A-listers out there like reading this horrific shit.
And having fun with it.
If Tom went up and instead of doing his horrible stand-up set,
go on,
just read all the shit that people write to him, that'd be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be fun.
I would write in a lot.
I would be half of his set if he did that. All right, this one does not even have a punchline. And again, he's trained his guests to start giggling when he stops talking because there's no way they knew this was the end of the joke.
It's sad that Fox hosts have run out of material and are now basically scouring subreddits. Bridget Ziegler, the co-founder of the conservative anti-LGBTQ plus group Moms for Liberty, was found to have made a sex tape with another woman. Finally, a video made by a Moms for Liberty member that I want to watch for enjoyment.
You suck!
So there's this video with lesbians in it, and Tom's joke is, finally, a video that I want to watch for enjoyment. All right.
Maybe you're right. Maybe he has never even seen sex.
I don't
or comedy.
I don't think he's familiar with the concept at all. It's insane. So let's talk about Elon Musk. And we all know that people on this side of the aisle used to love him. They don't like him anymore. He was the electric car guy. He was going to save the world. But, then he wanted free speech on Twitter. And everyone's like, well, I can't have that. We got to ban people. So Tom's going to go hard at Elon Musk, guys. So there's be warned.
A Wall Street Journal piece came out and said that Elon Musk has done a lot of drugs such as cocaine, ecstasy, and ketamine. So that's why he renamed Twitter X, because his fans can't spell ecstasy.
Pretty good joke, huh?
Well, it is original. I think a lot of people were going that angle that, maybe it's X-rated or X-erotica, and he's saying, ooh, ecstasy. Nobody's gone this angle yet.
Yeah, well, I wonder why. Maybe because it's not funny or interesting in any single way. But fortunately, he's got a bunch more Elon tags after this.
Great.
The big difference is that ecstasy is supposed to be fun. Musk has also reportedly smoked a lot of pot. Think about how much cooler his site would be if instead of doing a post, you would do a toke. How can Elon Musk smoke pot? This is the guy who wanted to fight Mark Zuckerberg. He's the worst pothead ever. Musk suspended the accounts of a number of journalists for reasons that, as of the recording of this episode, were not made clear, and were also not made clear at the airing of this episode and at the moment when I'm using this clip in this year's year-end in review. Given his erratic behavior, maybe Musk should have renamed the site PCP.
Oh, you see what he did there? David, you thought he was off the naming the site after drugs he likes. And then after whatever the fuck all that was that people didn't even laugh at. And it sounded like it was edited. So I wondered if people were just like, huh? What? So he edits that out.
But there was I kind of lost track of it. I thought he finished it up, and then I picked it up a little later in the joke, to be honest.
Yeah. Sorry,
but
that was a long
PCP
clip.
wouldn't be a bad if it was like PC punchdown. You know, maybe Elon might have been going that PCP angle, and it would have stood for something. You know, that's not a bad. Ecstasy keeps you up all night, just like Twitter.
There you go. That actually makes a lot more sense.
So
but
there is something there.
I like that he brought it back, though, too. Remember, this is named after drugs. So PCP, like, oh, yeah, it's pretty good.
Another drug he's never done.
All right. I got one more on here. We're talking about Joe Rogan. And, of course, if you have the political leanings of Tom Myers, there's one thing you know about Joe Rogan. And just saying this will make you laugh.
Joe Rogan said that Biden made the statement that there were airports during the American Revolution, a comment that was actually made by Donald Trump. It's fascinating to see one of the effects of an ivermectin overdose in real time.
Ivermectin.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. No. Joe Rogan took ivermectin over a year ago. And now he just said something that was incorrect, so that was an ivermectin overdose. And these idiots hear ivermectin, they're like, yeah, he's an idiot, that Joe Rogan. He's stupid. COVID, horse paste. Good stuff. Pretty good stuff, guys.
I gotta say, I was waiting for. I was listening to the setup, saying, "Where is the N-word coming into this?"
Right? Yeah. No, it's not that. There's two things they know about Joe Rogan. I guess ivermectin and the N-word.
Who are these podcasts?